Once again, salutation to all my usual suspects and night crawlers. Without you, we wouldn't have a successful show. And the next event has become a very popular feature where we invite different listeners to write to us to seek advice on their relationships. We call this a Tich's Love and Relationship Corner. And joining me shortly will be Dr. Nicholas Neaves. My letter tonight reads, Tich and Doctor, good evening. How are you doing? I hope you're both well. I'm writing to you from a place of peace and also from a place of longing. I feel for the very first time in a long time that I'm in a very good place in my life. I'm young, I am whole, and my heart is steady. I'm not in a relationship at the moment, and that is okay. Love will come in its own time. But there's another kind of love that is calling me very clearly, the love of a child. I'm ready and I'm excited. I want to become a mother on my own through IVF, not because I'm rushing and not because I'm lonely, but because I feel this deep, quiet knowing inside me that it is time to grow my family, even if I am the one planting the very first seed. The hardest part is this: my family, whom I love so deeply and who I am very close to, do not support this wish. Their fears speak louder than my hope right now, and it breaks me a little because their blessing matters to me. I do not want to walk the sacred path with the door closed between us. Tich and Dr. Neaves, I'm asking for your help, not to fight my family, but to help me bring them closer to understanding. How do I speak to their fear with gentleness? How do I show them that choosing IVF alone is not choosing to be alone? It is choosing to give life, to nurture, to build a home full of love. How do I help them see that this is not a rejection of tradition, but an embrace of the future I am ready to behold? I trust your wisdom and the way you both hold people with so much great care. If you could help me find the words, the steps, the way to invite my family into this dream instead of leaving them outside of it, I would so greatly appreciate it. Thank you for listening to me with an open heart. Thank you for being a people I can turn to when I need a light. Kind regards from Anonymous. Dr. Nicholas Neaves, good evening. Welcome back.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Wow, what a heartwarming letter. I am so moved. And, I think the key here is just the grace and elegance in how that's been written. It clearly comes from a very special soul who wants to, as shared, nurture a new soul into this world. And I'm just so grateful, also and honored to have a space here with you, Tich, where we can have people come on and share these stories and feel safe and look forward to sharing with us where they can share and we can help them. So the heart is the key takeaway here, and that is when you start connecting with another person from your heart to their heart, they tend to start to listen. When we try and communicate to people, rather than connecting first, people sometimes do start to shut down because they then go into their own value systems and their own bias and their own judgments and opinions. And so I'd really urge our writer this evening to go into the family and connect with them around what their fears are. What is the tradition meaning to them? What are their dreams and hopes maybe for our writer's life? And so be available to hear their hearts first, because I can hear that you want their hearts to open to you, but maybe it's a case of first just connecting with where they're at and understanding a bit more about what they're afraid of, what are their concerns, etc. And then I can hear you quite resolute in the fact that you'd like to do this. So you can keep bringing that up and saying,
Doc, let me just hold you there. Doc, let me just hold you 1 minute. Let me find out if Anonymous is on the line. Anonymous, good evening. Are you with us?
I am.
Hi, good
Hi, how are
evening.
you? Good evening.
Hi, I'm
Welcome.
good, thank you.
I hope you
That's great.
got the first part with Dr. Nicholas Neaves. Let's allow for him to continue. Yes, Doc.
Yes, I was just sharing there with regards to, connecting first before trying to communicate the intent here. And I think that's the key there is the best we can ask of ourselves is to connect with our heart space and be vulnerable from that area and not sort of just our mental sort of communication or trying to convince somebody to go along with us. And if we are heard, then wonderful. If not, then that's the best we can do. But again, I think it's important just to pause and go into their experience a bit and just try and connect with it. And if you answer questions, if you get curious about why they have a different opinion, they may just open up and be a little bit more sort of aware of your needs and what's happening for you there too, because they felt seen and they have also experienced within you a warmth that maybe they've been looking for also.
Hi, Anonymous.
Hi.
Very well put together letter. You sound like a very intelligent person. I'm gonna ask you a very simple question from this angle. IVF is very taboo in African cultures, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That's what we're trying to break here, I think.
Mm,
Mm.
mm. Yeah, so I
Well,
think maybe the whole family will need some kind of orientation, some soft breaking into this. What do you think, Doc?
yeah, again, our words there of, trying to break that taboo. I would come at it from a different angle completely, and that is again, go into their worlds. I can't stress enough how important that is. Whenever we do any sort of relational work, it's always about teaching the person to, be able to be available to the other person's disagreement and to their ideas and opinions and almost try and thicken that ideology for them, and go into that with them and say, yes, I understand. I see. I can see how this makes sense for you. But this is so important to me that despite all of that, I'm still going to go ahead with it. And I am showing you here today that this is so important that I'm even prepared to go against all of that. But I've heard you and I've understood, and it's the best that you can offer in a situation like that, because I think ultimately the alternative is giving up on this dream for the sake of the family. Would that not be a regret perhaps going forward? It seems like there's an opportunity that's lining up here for you and that you really are excited to continue with that, if I have it right.
Correct, correct.
Yeah. So, while that's happening, one needs to understand that when you bring a new life into this world, that life is now going to be at the cutting edge of your family's system, regardless of culture or tradition. And you're going to be leading that new phase and that new experience for that little person. And so you can just take what you can from the family, whether there's blessings or not. You can just really get in contact with your mother, your father, your grandfather and grandmother on both sides, and you can tap into the family system that is there already, regardless of who these people were or what culture they've had. Tap into the fact that there's been mothers and fathers that have come before you. And so life continues now through you, despite ideology or belief or culture. And if you can tap into that, I think it's a powerful next step for you to continue life in the way you choose to. And that might also just settle your heart a little bit if you tap into the life that's already come before you. And, you can close your eyes and just picture all those family members behind you, your dad and your mom and all of their parents behind them. And just picture this new little one that you're going to be creating in front of you. And maybe just stay focused on that too. Be available to your family's ideas. But more than that, gosh, man, I think you need to take this next step and be confident within yourself. You might lose some people, but you know what? When that little one comes around and they see that you followed through and you want to now introduce this little one to them, man, when they see that face, hearts start to melt. So you must just keep
Yeah.
that in mind, right? When you actually go through it and that little person is here, What a beautiful gift, right? And what a beautiful gift from God. And then they may then just be more curious and want to join you in the journey.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I really do hope so because I think I do need that support system bringing a little one into the world. And I need my family. So that's why I'm struggling so much with this right now.
Yeah. And is it the whole family, or, sometimes there's one or two allies in the family who've also got, a different sort of outlook or different idea? Is there maybe a aunt or somebody else that you can really just focus on and maybe build a connection there with, or are there specific people in the family that you
I
you
think,
find you have?
yeah, I think my siblings, my sister is, she's great. Well, she understands me and she's on my side, but I think the most important people that I want on my side are my parents, and they're very
Yeah,
stuck in their ways,
right.
Who's more difficult, your
which I
mother or your father?
understand.
Who's more difficult, your mother or your father? Who will you
I would
find
say my
favor with?
mother. My father will listen to what my mother says,
Okay.
Right.
and I think he's supporting her in this.
Well, right now there's resistance, but it sounds like despite that resistance, there's good values there, and it sounds like they're still together. And so I think once they see, and I can't speak for them, but I think once you start taking the steps and you take the plunge and you do it because this is your future and it's the little one's future, you want to go this route, even though you're prepared to let go of those potential relationships, you might just find
Yeah.
they have turnaround, and maybe right now they know you're in a bit of a, idle space, but the minute that you take a step, every step of the way, here's a suggestion, is reach out to them every step of the way. Invite your mom to go with you to the clinic. Go and invite her to the consultations. Include her every step of the way, but keep taking the steps. And if they see that you're serious and you're genuine, I've just got a good hunch here that they're going to start to want to join you more. What do you
I
think?
really hope so. I really hope so. That would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Look, if it's an actual supportive structure that you need, if it's a financial thing also that you need, I'm not too sure exactly your story there. After this call, I'll pray into that space for you also, man, and just, ask that it's a blessed arrangement there for you to be supported.
Thank you.
Tap into their hearts, ask them more about their beliefs, show them that you care and that you respect them. It sounds like respect and significance is important to them. And this is now a potential grandchild. Share with them
Yeah.
your intention, share with them your mission and what you're here to do with that little one. And it might just ignite in them something quite passionate too.
Yes, that's really great advice. Thank you. I'll do that going forward.
Okay.
Anonymous, when do you want to start the family? Is it immediate, or do you still want to give it a little more time?
I think I'm thinking the end of the year, but I was just hoping to get my parents on the same page as me. So that's what's been holding me off. But I think if I take these steps, as you've suggested, and really start inviting them and hearing about their beliefs and what their history, maybe it can happen sooner because I am very ready.
Right. I can sense that with you. Absolutely. So I urge you to keep taking those little next steps. You keep following this energy that you've got right now, but yeah, invite particularly mom into the dynamic, make it a
Mm,
nice your coffee morning when you go for your next session or checkup there. Invite her in. She might say no. That's okay.
yeah.
Don't you down. You stay open to her. Next time around, invite her again. Next time around, invite her again. You keep opening the door to her, and I think there might be a breakthrough there.
Yeah, it's just hard to keep getting no's when you do invite, but I think, like you said, I must just keep pushing.
Look, I'm a parent too, and you really would want the best for your child and to keep your traditions going. And so you inadvertently would try and get them to do it your way. But if you see that child's
Mm,
resolute, I've had that experience with mine, then I tend to then, follow through with what they're doing. And I see that they're serious and I see that this is really what they want. And so then I've backed them. often against my own will. And I hope that will be the case there for you. But I think if you are in need of more support in and around a sense of rejection or abandonment by your parents, then lean into someone to just get that support too. Okay. It is a big next step. And I hope that they don't play into that a little bit too much to make you feel afraid or guilty to go through with this. Show them that you're resolute. And I think there could well be a breakthrough there. But get the support that you need. It's going to be not just a physical journey, but it's going to be an emotional one too. Okay. You might go through your first or second trimester with them not supporting, but eventually I think they're going to come around. But you're going to have to keep your doors open and your heart open to them. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Show them how much love is available in your heart. Okay. Don't be stubborn. Don't shut down. Don't get into your fear. Keep that heart open. Okay. Because that, I think,
I'll
is going to be the
try.
guiding. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
And
try to keep
Anonymous,
it open. It is open.
yeah,
Good. I feel,
Anonymous, yeah. When the baby comes, give us a call. Myself and Dr. Neaves will give your baby a name.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Babies are blessings from the heavens, I tell you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. They really are.
Yeah. Beautiful. I think it's a wonderful thing. And I sense within you a lot of that nurturing. I sense that you are wanting to pass on your own light into this new little one's life. And whoever this little soul is going to be very blessed to have you as their mom. So go for it, okay? I get a sense you have to also agitate and be a bit of a rebel in your family. And I think ultimately it's going to teach a lot of people some good things here. So I've got a good sense this is the right thing for you to do.
Thank you. That's just so amazing to hear. I do feel I have a lot to give to a little one and a lot to pass on. So hearing you say that, it makes me feel really good. So thank you.
It's a pleasure, man. So as a parent, a future parent here, take that next step, okay?
Okay. I will. Thank you.
Yeah, we
Great.
right behind you. It's gonna be great. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you have it. Very special guest tonight. Can't wait to begin a family through IVF. And Doc, different kind of story tonight, but it's all about love nonetheless.
Absolutely. We've got to keep our hearts open and believe in ourselves and take this next step. And people will follow us. I believe that. If we show the love, people are after that, and we've got to show them the way.
All right. Doc, till next Wednesday. Thank you.
Take care, you. Bye now.
This is African Diaries.